Hey, hey. Good afternoon and welcome to more Neverwinter Nights. I have not slept last night. I've been in a bit of a tear. Writing. Glad I got back on the horse and did some more writing for one of my stories I'm writing. And now we're just gonna do a chill stream. Haven't really taken care of my beard. I'm looking a little scruffy, feeling a little more scruffy with the sleep deprivation. So this is just going to be nice, calm, and chill. Hello, Aurelia, Salaminator, and Kershe. Now, last time, we technically completed our objective. We found 2 clues as to where the Cult of the Eye might be based. Both of them point to Luskan. And the spy master that's working for Lord Nasher found us a way to get into Luskan. So really what we should be doing is heading straight for Luskan to continue the plot. However, during the course of this investigation, we've gone north, we've gone east, but we haven't yet gone south to explore Charwood. So instead of going straight to Luskan and continuing the plot, the completionist in me wants us to go south and see what's down in the Charwood. So I guess today you can kind of call it a bit of a filler episode. Not pursuing or progressing the plot. We're just tidying up a few loose ends. Such as murdering a pig. Let's get that map. So I hope everyone is feeling well today. I am feeling great, but even the sleep deprivation can bring me down. I can talk to that boar? I'll try. Hello, piggy. Oink oink. Okay, cool. You don't seem interested, so I'll leave you alone. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Hello, Sachiko. Hail and welcome. I am currently working on writing 2 stories. I hope they will turn into fully fledged novels. Now, I have never finished writing a story before. The closest I've come is writing adventures, scenarios for D&D and other role-playing games. Not for use by others, just for use by myself. But I have kept with it far more than I ever have before. I'm approaching it more methodically, some would say more autistically, which fits me well. And I actually think it's going really well. I have the first chapter of one story. I'm working on 2 stories, which, some might see as weird, but really, it lets me apply my energy and my inspiration where I have it. So one is going to be sort of a sci-fi kinda horror slasher-ish thing. And the other is a dark fantasy. Perhaps a little more traditional. And so by having... What's this? By having both... Ooh, fenberries. By having both, it allows me to apply energy where I have it. which in turn, I think ultimately lets me get more done. Because instead of being like, oh, I have to write my sci-fi story, if I'm gonna do any writing, it must be my sci-fi story, I can be like, oh, I don't feel like writing my sci-fi story, I'm gonna write my fantasy story. Cache, thank you for the sub. You have chosen to join Anderson's Elite. I appreciate the support. If you care to, I don't know if you're already there, I also have a Discord where you can hang out, talk shit, engage in the general friendly atmosphere of my community, and probably most of all, keep up to date on when I'm streaming. There's also a, in the Discord, there is a subscribers only channel, but full disclosure, nobody ever uses it so far. But yeah, just exclamation mark Discord will give you a link to the Discord if you care to join. But yeah, so the sci-fi story, I have the first draft of the first chapter done. I'm gonna write the first draft of the entire story before I start doing any revision. You've joined and will stay. Yay! Welcome aboard. So I've done the first chapter of that, and I'm probably halfway through chapter 2. And for the fantasy story, it has a longer chapter 1 than the sci-fi story, and I am a good way into that first chapter. And I am just really happy with the progress I've been making. Because I think it's kind of been a thing that's been nagging at me probably since I was a teen, that I wanted to write something, but I didn't really know how to approach it. Because I didn't know how to approach it, it ended up unsatisfying for me, and I was never really good at following through on things, so I always ended up writing something but then dropping it before I finished. But now I'm doing a real thing and actually writing it. Locked. A halfling who can take care of that. So as I finish the first drafts of my chapters, I think I will keep posting them, posting links to them on my Discord. And then people, if they're interested, can read them and give feedback, and that'll be very helpful to me.
I will win the day!
Really enjoy my writing? Thank you. I very much enjoy the feedback you've been able to give on it so far. These methods. Oh no, don't kill my tiger! It has a lot of HP. I'll just pump a cure into it. Yeah. Seeing a lot of HP. Wait for this fart gas to run out of duration. What do you call it? To disperse! Disperse was the word I was looking for in my brain. Waiting for the fart gas to disperse. Oh, I thought it was going to be locked for sure. Gem in it.
Okay, dokie.
The sci-fi story is probably the more ambitious of the two. The fantasy one is, in many ways, kind of your standard fantasy fare, just with my own spin on it. The sci-fi story is kind of ambitious with not a super original plot, but a plot with some elements and some themes and some depth to it, and hopefully some depth to the characters beyond what you'd usually find in just like a horror slasher. Yes, the fantasy one is definitely what I would call dark fantasy. It's not horror, but there will definitely be elements in it that will be horrific. Notice what looks to be an underwater passage. Hold your breath long enough, perhaps it would be possible to swim to the other side. Do you wish to try? Not right now, but I'm gonna come back and try that. Hope that it's not just an instant death. I don't have enough breath. I really need another 5. Fuck it. One more quartz crystal. The fantasy story I'm writing actually started out as a D&D campaign. A D&D campaign I had the idea for years ago. Maybe 5-6 years ago, and I wrote it down and I had an outline for like the whole campaign, but then I never got around to doing it. And then earlier this year I tried running it, did a couple of sessions, and those sessions were fine. Those sessions were good. Good times were had by the players and by me, but I sort of ran out of energy of doing the detailed preparation and keeping it up and running the game.
It's done.
So I ended up canceling the game, and now instead I'm writing it as a story. And I have to admit, I think the story might have been meant to be like a written story, a novel from the beginning, because I feel a lot more freedom with what I can do with the story now that I don't have to have it conform to the structure of a D&D game. So I actually think it's really to the benefit of the story, ultimately, that I'm writing it instead. Treatise on Forgotten Heroes, what have we here? This book is full of stories about the deeds of ancient heroes. A particular passage has been mocked. The Mirialis clan, led by the great warrior Magel, braved near certain death to rid their land of the Black Lich and his minions. I'll wager someone's interested in that. It's in the loot bag. Or always we need those. Endurance and dagger. Can I not fit those 3 potions of endurance? Oh, I can't because I already have 10. Okay, I don't need more than 10 potions of endurance, so the others will just get marked for sale. Let's go see if we drown. I feel like that's all that's left to try in here. I have 3 now? Stories? 3 effing bags of holding. I have 3 effing bags of holding. I do. Aurelia looked up a little spoiler with my okay a couple of streams ago and told me that during the course of the main campaign, the base game of Neverwinter Nights, it is possible to acquire a grand total of 5 bags of holding. So I'm well on my way, having 3 already. Alright, let's try this. See what happens. Dive into the pool, but run out of breath before reaching the passage. Nothing happened except I don't have enough breath, which I assume means my constitution isn't good enough. But you know what? I have a surplus right now of potions of endurance. So why don't I drink one such watch my constitution soar to 17 and try again. Aha! Aha! I left behind my pets, though. Saving a new slot. Now I feel a little threatened. Pets to protect me. Oh, what's the statue? Any plans to attend wrestling stuff? No. Not off the top of my head. All the wrestling that's going on, at least with the promotions I want to check out, is happening very far away. I mean, there is Aalborg in January, but that's still Aalborg. That is a pretty long drive from here, and it seems like it's become habitual for Body Slam to do everything else in Copenhagen nowadays. Which I get. It's, you know, it's a great market. It's the biggest city in Denmark. Good for them, but it's just really impractical for me because it's the other end of the country. Alright, let's see if this blows us up. 1 cold damage. It's worth a save. Really well. Oh, I'm so nervous. 10 paralytic bolts. Interesting. It's gonna be a vampire, yeah. Imagine you're one of the graphic artists making this game, and your job is just designing 15 different designs of arrows. Like just 15 or 20 different arrows for all the different kinds of arrows the game has. Where do I live? I live between Horsens and Silkeborg. So kind of in lower central Jutland or Jylland. Guess I'll have to bash it.
I will win the day!
To the other show if you want to go. Oh, cool. If I could catch a ride, I might do that. The border. Drive by my place anyway. You know what? Shoot me a line on Discord about it, and we can hash it out there. Drive together with all the German wrestlers. Oh no. I hope they like me then. Taxi for last time I was at a show, I was driving to Skagen, which is literally the northernmost point of Denmark. I drove up there with the big fat daddy, Eric Sable, and it was a cool trip. I got to help out with the show, and I drove most of the way home because he was tired and I wasn't, so that was perfect. Tip of the hat of Denmark, yeah. Eric is a great dude. Oh dear, what have I done? A contender approaches. My cause, my people vanished long ago. But my spirit is vain, and I will have the respect I am due. Answer my question and prove you are my proper inheritor. Fail and burn for dishonoring my legacy with your ignorance. I will meet your challenge. Speak it. So be it. Show your knowledge of my legacy, the clan of my siblings, now dust just as I. What was it called? Mirialis clan. That is correct. You did not hesitate. How did you come by this difficult information? My legacy must have reached far. Yeah, look at this book up on it. A corpse's book. This isn't right. He must have quested. You just had the answer served on a platter, swiped from his backpack. I'm sorry for you, but I did answer correctly. Yes, but that's not the way it was supposed to be. You're supposed to be on a great quest to fulfill my legacy. Do you know how long I've been here? Ha! I've watched water drips melt rock. A snail is a year's worth of excitement. Should have walked towards the light when I had the chance. I don't believe this. You gonna attack me? No, he fades out. Oh, you ref for body slam? Cool. Some work on identifying that ring. And the helmet. A break due to COVID and a baby. The whole taking a break due to baby, that's been going around a lot. From what I understand, that's also why Peter Alessander ended up taking a break for, damn, was it a year? Ring of Fortitude +2. +2 to Fortitude saves. I would rather have my Ring of Resistance. That's +1 to all my saves. So that is just getting sold. Can't identify helmet. I drink a little drinky drink. Watchman's Helm. It's unclear if these magic headpieces were created by clerics of Helm, god of guardians, or if they acquired their name by a more convenient circumstance. Whatever the case, they are highly prized by guards and sentries. All cast a visible glow of one sort or another, and many magically hone the wearer's senses. Needless to say, rogues have also taken to wearing them, proving the old proverb that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's 8 to listen, spot, and search. Great, not really anything I get a lot out of. At least not compared to what I'm wearing, which is amazing. +1 to will saves, spell resistance, immunity to mind affecting spells. But yeah, Kesha, if you have room in the car, I would. Oh, yeah, cat, don't stand on the keyboard. I would be very interested in possibly hitching a ride with you. Me to twirl. He just wants me to feed him, is what he wants. He has plenty of dry food. He's had his wet food for today. Even gave him a little bit of treat because I had rice pudding earlier, and I gave him just a little bit of it on my finger. A 9-seat minivan. 7. All right. Oh, okay. Great snacks on rides. I'll try. And what about second breakfast? We could certainly be talked into providing some snacks. Wait, actually, it's on the 14th, right? Since I didn't think I was going, did I end up booking something there? On. I'm sorry to say, I'd kind of written it off because it was so far. So I actually have something else booked that weekend. Shows German prices. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to give this one a miss, but I would love to take the opportunity maybe another time. Oh, my sword went out. Actually, all my buffs went out. Let's rest up and rebuff. Protection. So I was in, I've helped out at 2 Body Slam shows so far. I was at the one in Skane, which it was filmed for highlights, but it wasn't actually filmed to be released. And then I was helping out on the Scandic Reps Invitational show in Pumperhusel in Copenhagen.
I love this part!
That was a brutal day. Sure, you're no stranger to them, but like, I think I left home at 9 a.m., 9 in the morning, and I was back home, I think it was 24 hours later. By the time we'd held the show, dismantled the ring, driven the ring to storage, put the ring in storage, and then driven back from there, I think it was a full 24 hours later. The ring, it was tough. Days. Go. Get that. I think I have some experience with the old ring, not on shows, but I think the old ring is the one they use for practice as well, right? And I've been to a few practices before I got injured again. Carry the old ring about 300 meters at 5 a.m. That sounds very rough. If you go back to, I think it was 2017, I came back and started training with Body Slam, and I got far enough in the training that the trainer had me do just a quick, 5-minute practice match at the training. And in that practice match, simply my fault, I was in not good enough shape. I got so blown up that taking a perfectly normal arm drag, I fucked it up on the bump and landed on my shoulder, And that snapped my collarbone in half. Which took me out for almost 6 months when you count the healing. And then after that I was disheartened and, you know, wanted to get in better shape before coming back, and time just passed and I never got in better shape, and, you know, now I'm 40 and I'm still in lousy shape, so I've decided that I'm not gonna become a wrestler. I'm just going to enjoy wrestling from where I belong, which is on the sidelines. Well, they're tough. And I want to stress, the guy I had the practice match with, he did nothing wrong. He was at no fault whatsoever. It's just, you know, as they say, it's not ballet, things happen. And just couldn't hack it. Land it on top of your head multiple times. Oh yeah, I've done that as well. A couple of months after jackpot, indecision, being a myth. I am mentally ill, which means I'm very, very unstable and swingy. If I were more stable, if I had more energy, more spoons, as some people say, I would probably try to become like some kind of manager or commissioner, some kind of personality. But there's just no point, even if they could use me as that. You know, having me on their shows, knowing there's a very real chance that maybe 25% of the shows I would have to cancel on the day, last minute. Can't book around that. You can't work with that. So, I'm gonna show up to the occasional show and help out. And I'm gonna cheer people on, and I'm gonna talk shit on Twitter because I'm very good at that particular element. I'm gonna leave the performing to others. I'll do my performing here on Twitch. And even here on Twitch, where I don't have to leave my house. And because of where the camera is, technically I don't even have to wear pants. Even here on Twitch. Ask anyone who's a regular here. I regularly cancel streams. Just because I don't have the energy. That's just my reality. I don't need to cast any spells. This thing is getting fucked up. Mental health is more important, and I know that I'm doing the right thing by taking care of it, but that doesn't mean I'm not a little salty about it. You know, I sometimes wish I was one of those do all the things people. Play the hand we're dealt. And my hand happens to be dazzling good looks, a not too terrible personality, I hope. Greater Crow of Protection versus Law. Hoping to return to his lands in Cormyr, Lord Tagreth, head of the Fire Knives Assassins Guild, paid for these cloaks to assist assassins willing to hunt members of House Obaskir. So far, more assassins have died than targets, but Tagreth considers each target to be worth the cost. Yep, that is getting sold. I have no use for that. Exactly, Aurelia.
I love this part!
But since we're talking about how awful it is and how hard things are for me and woe is me, I do want to mention that I am very, very thankful for you guys. Have very, very cool, very wonderful people who hang out here in the stream with me. And who hang out with me on Twitter, and who hang out with me on the Discord. It means a lot to me. Because I don't do a lot of normal socializing. So this is... You guys are a big part of my circle of friends and my social circle. Considerably more funny and exciting for... Oh, thank you! Thank you, Salaminator. That means a lot. Grr, get out of my cave. Can I ask who you are? I am Brand from Port Last, at one time normal, not afflicted with this, lycanthropic disease. Why don't you take your sneering self away from here? Nurik gave me these silver charms. I think they can help you. Grr, silver? You're trying to kill me, aren't you? Nonsense. Nurik made it. And you can trust... If you can't trust him, you can't trust anyone. Nurik's been good to me since I was a baby, hasn't he? Alright, give me one of those charms. It worked. I can feel it. Thank you so much. Here, take my ring and bring it to Nurik so he knows I'm alright. Yuck, this place smells horrible. I'm going to get some fresh air, alright. I didn't even consider this might be where the last werewolf was. But, guess I'm glad I explored.
Okay, dokie.
8 days from now, I'm running the next session in my online D&D game, which has been hit hard by cancellation after rescheduling, after cancellation. Well, Last of the Kids, Salaminator, I haven't found the main werewolf yet, even though I, as the player, have figured out who it is. I'm pretty sure. But that was the last of the kids who had been turned into werewolves. But I think we've only had like one other session this whole year, maybe two. It's that bad. And they're kind of coming up to the climax of their current story, their current quest, and I'm really looking forward to it. Gross, that's 2 sessions, yeah. It's kind of funny. For those of you that don't know, I'm basically running the same campaign for 2 different groups. But it's not like a campaign that's like all planned out with a story arc and a bad guy. So it's like it started out as 2 different groups of people in the same situation doing the same things. But it's definitely taking different directions just because this is a campaign steered, not entirely, but definitely mostly by the choices and the decisions of the player characters. So just that, just because a lot of the adventure is up to the players to pursue, it's turning out a little different from each other, and it's only going to diverge more and more. And I find that really interesting. I know I could have, and that's probably what many DMs would have done, would just have said, well, They're in the same setting, they don't meet, but they are contemporaries and they might hear of each other's actions. I think that would be the normal way to do it. But that's not what I'm doing. Because in both cases, the adventuring party is a very specific... There's basically been a call. We need adventurers for this one specific thing in the setting. And in one game, that group is the people who answered that call. And in the other game, that group is the people, or are the people, that answered that call. So it's less they are two active groups sharing the same setting, and more they're like two alternate timelines. Like, both timelines has Tariok the Druid. In one timeline, he became the liaison between his people and the city of Azure Deep and became an adventurer. In the other timeline, he never left the side of his mentor and stayed there just as her assistant in the deep woods. Different timelines were written into different stories following what happens? What do you mean written into different stories? You mean I should take inspiration in them and pen yet another wannabe novel? Oh yeah, Kersha, we have ranks around here. They don't do anything, they're just for fun, but basically the more hours you're in the stream, the higher your rank gets. And you know what you get for that? Nothing. But you get a cool title next to your name. That's fun in itself. If you ever want to check out what your rank is, all you gotta do is do !rank. Separate stories to show where it ends up going. I'm not sure I'm entirely following what it is you're suggesting.
I will win the day!
Here comes Halfling Death!
Tariok and his eggplant. I have to say, when the other party met Tariok as an NPC, that was fun, because then I, as the game master, got to have a shot at playing this character, which in the other game is one of the player characters. So I had the player's performance to kind of lean on in how I tried to portray the non-adventurer NPC version of that character. It was very fun. Yeah, in their timeline, Aurelia, he was sent to Azure Deep to become kind of liaison between Azure Deep and his people because they wanted greater involvement. And part of his responsibility in that was aiding the city of Azure Deep. So when the call went out that they needed Guardians of Eastwatch, he volunteered because that seemed to fall in line with his position as liaison. To prostitute one of them to a hideous hag. No, I think maybe the NPC version of Tariok is maybe a little less impulsive. That's why he's not an adventurer. You got Wardstone, you cross bridge if want to, me lurk. Good bridge troll. Goodbye. Have nice night. I like Lurk the troll. He's a good bridge troll. Does a good job. Should probably save again. Scree! Sitting pretty fat on money. about your version? Yeah. I don't think there's anything you know that would be spoilers for the other players. I think it's more the other way around. I want to be a little cautious.
To victory!
Oh, winter wolves. Coming frost breath.
Here comes halfling death! Here comes halfling death!
Okay, here. So wait. Oh, let's check out the cave first.
Bring it on!
I wonder if this might be like a secret way to the into the tower. Now what? Sunlight Sling. These slings are the legacy of Endermin and his family, though they did not know their true importance. Endermin and his men had little hope of survival as they descended into ancient crypts to find his vampire-kidnapped fiancée. Valiantly confronting the creature, their humble weapons suddenly erupted in a shower of light, bristling with magic. Bristling with magic the men had not known was there. The vampire fled, and the fiancé was, thankfully, covered. +2 to attack, +3 if it's versus undead. Very nice. Getting sold. Oh yeah, it's the same demon. It's a Laminator. Aurelia's character is a warlock, and her patron is Jagerax. Now imagine what your version of Tariok would say to that.
Bring it on!
Brahma! Aw, I didn't even see the trap. I need a heal. That. How am I down? 29? And Tiger's down 31. Alright. Tiger. For critical. And I get the serious. Looks like my stone skin has worn off. Press on bravely. Or rest and recuperate. Let's try pressing on. And if it goes sour, we can always return to the save I just made.
It's done.
Oh. Crap. The drama is great. Oh, I think it might be back door to the wizard's tower. Kitty? That's a nice tiger growl. Ooh, I thought that was a copper ring, but no, a gold ring. Getting blown up. That is speed. Up, it just says. Alright, we're gonna rest and recuperate here for the transition. But yeah, it's a very deliberate choice that all your characters also exist in the other timeline. But for your characters, the timeline is just, what if this character, for some reason, did not become a Guardian of Eastwatch, did not become an adventurer? So they're kind of in whatever life they would otherwise have. Or at least whatever life I imagine they would otherwise have. I'm starting to think this Darkfire, if I should maybe prepare a second Darkfire and throw it on top. It does say non-magical weapon, but it clearly still works. I'm thinking if I should maybe start preparing a second one. Though I don't really know what I'd take off. Guess the second prayer? Yeah. Do that for next time. Take a second Darkfire. Any extra spell slots I haven't filled out? No. Metal tiles either. Instead. How much does healing circulate? It doesn't heal a lot, does it? No. You know what? I think it's time I learn something a little more powerful. Or a little more offensive at least. I think it's time I learn Strike. Yeah, that seems good. Here does something too dumb, gets outlawed. Roll a new character. Mesendir become a bad guy. I don't see that happening. I see Mesendir getting in trouble, pulling bonehead moves, but I don't see it going bad enough that he becomes an outlaw. Have you met anyone from Aurelia's campaign? Yes, you have. But I'm not sure I want to reveal who it is.
It's done.
That's the exit. We're gonna go out that way. Golem, hello, I have the pass Wardstone. Yes. Ah. Hooray for Wardstone. Ow. Well, I got a gold ring for it. Probably worth it. Wounds. Almost regretting carrying the Wardstone, because it's like... I feel like I'm leaving experience points on the table by not murdering those golems. Then again, I'm not a total murder hobo.
It's done.
I don't necessarily
Okey-dokey.
need to kill every single moving thing I encounter. Probably only gonna be like 20 XP each anyway. Exit. At the same. It is the obvious thought. I'm the obvious thought. Have been here. We chest. Doesn't look trapped.
Okie dokie.
Look locked. Tiger no break.
It's done.
Ooh, greater restoration. I am going to save here because I am really glad I got a scroll of greater restoration. That is a very useful spell. Only my pocket halfling. There we go. Catch it. Oh look, the kitchen. Okay, let's see. What's the difficulty on this nonsense?
It's done.
He gets a 34. The difficulty is 30. Yikes. Ooh, one of the Imascaran tomes. Let's see what that says. The Regent. Back to this put. It's hard to keep death. Okay. Let's. This. Armor. Death Ward? Noting these down because that means I can turn in the tome, but still use the knowledge. Piercing. Sell that. Gold.
It's done.
Ooh, Horrid Wilting. I love that spell. It's a spell that, well, basically you cast it on a target and then the spell banishes or evaporates as much moisture as the spell can from the system of the target. So if the spell is powerful enough, it just completely turns you into a raisin. And as you could probably imagine, to most targets that has fatal consequences.
It's done.
Tiger just had to step in the trap, or Tommy could disarm it. So many exits. I feel like this is like the main gate. This is exactly here, okay. But there was like a tower grounds. So which one do we take? This one or this one? Doesn't matter, because we're gonna search this room first. Go gadget halfling! So I know Salaminator has, because we've discussed it.
It's done.
But does anyone else in the chat have experience of their own with writing? We have any budding novelists out there? Poets, perhaps? You've done a bit of writing, Aurelia? I'm honestly not surprised. Group. Stuff. Oh, that problem. And some here. My halfling.
Okay, dokie.
I've done a very little bit of erotic writing as well.
It's done.
Way back when, but as with all my other previous attempts at writing, didn't get anywhere.
What can time?
Wrote like half a chapter, and then never got any further. Games you played? Novels? Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I remember Roleplay Online. Fun site.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
I haven't played on there in the years. You just browse? Read for inspiration? I dig.
It's done.
It is a chore on it. I can imagine. I remember trying to run some 4th edition on it. With all the, especially once you get into slightly higher levels, all the ways you can do stuff out of turn in 4th edition, it really wasn't suited for a play-by-post format. Portal. Before I go through that,
No can do.
I'm gonna line my pockets. Oh, crap. Beer. Bag. Gems. How truly, truly outrageous. Right? Guess we're just down to the chest. Do we not hack that? Thousand words short last summer. Got shaken up. Well, maybe you find your way back into it again. Who knows?
Damn it! Okay, dokie.
Divide mace.
I can't carry this much.
Oh,
Lose
don't-
some of it.
Don't worry. To get it identified. Goes bag. Still unidentified. Option for that. Glug glug, motherfucker. Kiss of Sune. Oh, Sune Firehair, goddess of passion and love. I remember things. A boon to the devout, this mace and others like it exude the grace and power of the Lady of Love, Sune. A service of great importance is usually required to warrant such a gift, as the creation of powerful items is costly to any faith. Special property, it's a +1 mace. 50% chance to cast Hold Person on hit for 2 rounds? That is a very strong mace. This is strong enough that if I were a strength cleric, I would go from a +2 mace to use this +1 mace instead. It's that good. I would take a downgrade just because it's actually an upgrade with what it can do. Tommy is in a bad shape, but we have plenty of healer's kits. That gave him 26, and he is missing another 30. So instead of a +1, it's 6. Back to full. I'm really excited about that mace. I'm not gonna use it on this character, but
How many gods did you get in here? Prepare to be destroyed, utterly!
yeah, I need to cast spell resistance on myself. And then see if I can silence him. Probably not. His will save is probably too good, but we're gonna give it 2 shots. Nah, didn't work. Alright, let's cut him up. Oh, Tommy's gonna go down.
Please, attack no more. I am defeated.
Hey! Tommy is on what? Oh, he's on full. He's just
It's done.
debuffed. Okay. I thought I couldn't see any red bar. I thought he was on like 1 HP or something.
Perhaps I was too rash in attacking you. Please, accept my apology.
Perhaps you'd better start answering my questions before I finish. Perhaps you had better start... Oh, perhaps you had better answer my questions before I finish what you started. Better. I should like to counter that with a question of my own. Why are you in my home? Who are you exactly? I am Wanev, a man well versed in the magical arts and of no small renown. Somewhat displeased at being defeated by you. My idiot friends will have many a jest at my expense. I've been sent here to take a magical gem from you. So, the serpent still seeks an easy way home. Well, he shall have to become used to disappointment. He cannot have the gem. I've been hired to get the gem, and I intend to get it. Hand it over now. You don't understand. I've lost the gem, and I'm quite unable to retrieve it, despite my powers. It would be wise to forget about this job and leave now. Well, you say that you are unable to retrieve the gem, but I believe that I've just proven myself to be stronger than you. Well, if you wish to get yourself killed, why should I care? I've heard that Ilaith intended to take this gem, and prior to receiving that information, I had taken little interest in the bauble. I wondered why he intended to steal it. Go on. To be honest, I am not a patient man. I had better things to do than search through my library trying to match the description of the gem to the one of the artifacts in the books. So I thought it wise to summon an imp or some sort of lesser demon and make him do the legwork. There was, a bit of a setback. I was somewhat less than careful with the preparations, and the little fiend escaped the summoning circle. Let this be a lesson about casting when drunk. I feel like he continually gets in trouble because he drinks before he does magic. Remember, kids, don't drink and cast. The wretch expanded the portal and began to bring forth his demonic minions. I sealed off the area as fast as I could and sobered up. And the gem? In my haste, I left the gem in a storage chest, and subsequent forays into my summoning chamber have met with ill luck. I shall truly miss Pookie. He was a loving familiar. So you see, the area is quite full of demonic adversaries, and the gem lies within, most likely stolen by that spiteful imp. Alright, where is that area, and how do I get there? The door behind me shall teleport you there, though I keep it well locked for safety's sake. Is there anything in the area that could help me get through without becoming demon fodder? Yes, the hallway that leads from the first large area you'll find yourself in leads to my treasure chamber. This is, in fact, where I had stored the gem. Halfway down the hallway is a defense lever. When pulled, it lets off a rather nasty spell in the treasure chamber. This should weaken any demonic beings that might have made their way there. Right, give me the key to the door, and I shall get the gem myself. Take the key, and know this. If you should be able to close the demon portal, I would be most grateful. The gem is yours regardless. What say you? I will attempt to close the portal as I search for the gem. You need only kill the imp that I originally summoned, and place his cursed little heart in the summoning brazier. That should take care of the portal. His name is Gulgash. That is, That's a nice demonic name, Gulgash. Please return to me when you've closed the portal, for I shall try to find a suitable reward in the meantime. I appreciate not being killed. Take this ward stone, and my servant shall leave you be. Oh yay, I have 2 now.
Okay, dokie.
Don't smash it, kitty. Oh, you want to. Maybe I should buff up. I'm gonna be fighting demons. Sing. Alright, let's rest. Second you wondered which kitty. Vidus is a kitty and a troublemaker, but I have to give credit where credit is due. He does not go around smashing things when I'm trying to adventure. That's all the buffs. What is my other level 6? Oh, I have heal prepared. Nice.
Okay.
Go. Well, I mean, he does sometimes scratch up the couch. There is that. Guess that's his version of trying to smash up things. I only have 5 of these. I'll have a bark skin. And I'll have another endurance. Let's go fuck up some demons.
Bring it on!
It's done.
One of the chests seems safe.
Okay, dokie.
Kitty no smash.
It's done. Okay, dokie.
I feel like a couch has been rendered and
It's
torn.
done.
Real cost of having a kitty. Some cats don't do it, but yeah, most do. What I know. It is a bit of a hallmark. Sapphire. Give me stuff. Oh no, it had no stuff. Free mice, free bones for getting a naughty kitty. Oh, that's a bit much. That sounds a little expensive.
Bring it on!
Sorry to hear that, Salaminator.
Bring it on!
It's done.
Couch. He's actually not too rough on our couch. We have a recliner chair. He is much harder on that than the couch. And then for some reason the bed, when we let him in the bedroom, he will scratch up the bed, and he is really just doing it for attention. It's not that we don't give him attention, we just don't give him enough attention, because the only amount of attention that could be enough is complete and utter
it's
slavish
done.
devotion every hour of the day. Except when he doesn't want us to, in which case we're still supposed to sit and stare at him, so he still gets attention. He woke you with a land cord in the mouth? You dragged over the floor to your bedroom to play with. See the different toys. I mean, I just hope she never chews into a live cord. That's what I would be worried about. mean, fuck having to replace a few cords here and there as long as, you know, the cat's safe. Don't want a pretty kitty. Ugly, she favors thin cords. That's good. Not much current in those.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
Ooh, an identified armor is always interesting. What do we got? Half plate +1? Not very sexy, but it's gonna be worth a few coins. You know what? Fuck you guys. I don't mean you guys watching the stream, I mean these methods. Fuck you guys! That was fun. I always like activating an orbital beam cannon. There's just, I have this affinity, I guess you could call it, where I am just slightly fascinated with weapons that just call a beam of energy vertically down from the sky. Just onto something. I just think that's super cool. I think in... I don't even know where it's from. I would say Akira, but I think I was fascinated with that long before I watched Akira. It's oddly specific. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a really cool visual. Like just a big beam blasting down into something. Carry. Conquer's ion cannon for that. That might be it, although frankly I never played much Command and Conquer, but it might be it because I did play some in like the 9th grade on like a friend's computer. So many health hearts. You know what? I want to cast a few spells.
I love this part!
Or not, because defensive casting never turns on. Now it did, okay. But now we're done fighting anyway. Ugash. Ugash's part. Sarcophagus, we have... Sapphire. Oh. Not what I'm looking for, but take it. Cure Light Wounds. You know what? Potion of Cure Light Wounds, I'm not carrying them around, but I'm just gonna shove one into Tomi's face, just in case. Your weapon thing is... Boom, ballistic cannons on ships. Ooh. Didn't find the gem. Is me. Is it in here and I somehow missed it? No, it wasn't. Right, anyway. What is the deal? Oh, I am wearing my Ring of Insight. Guess we're drinking another potion of lore. Negastaff. A number of these staffs were recently discovered, apparently meant to be the chief arms of a force being assembled by a beholder secreted away beneath the city of Athkatla. Why an eye tyrant would wish to attack the site of its enemy so specifically is not known, and petitions to the local government have gone unanswered, save for claiming it is a matter for local churches to explain. This one to hit causes blindness. Here. Staff. That's specifically branching that. I'm okay. I don't think I need the treatise on forgotten heroes anymore. It's gonna... Yeah, it'll just... If it's a quest item, it'll show up in that pool thing. So I'll just dump it. For spaceships? I don't know. I've not been like a huge fan of spaceship combat. Like, nothing against it, it's just never really been a thing for me. Trying to think. No, I don't think I have like a favorite spaceship weapon. Summoning Brazier back at his place. God damn it, did I miss it all the way over here? It's right there. I'm blind. Now is the time to point and laugh. Gem? No. Let me guess. The wizard had the gem in his pocket all along, and he just manipulated me into doing that?
Hello again. Have you managed to kill the imp and close the portal?
Portal has been closed.
I can't carry this much. Lose some of it.
Oh, excellent. Here is a reward for your troubles. A bruised ego and the loss of a couple of magic items are a small price to pay for having my summoning chamber back. I just saved your home from a demon infestation. I want a bigger reward. The reward I've given you is quite valuable and quite sufficient. Alright, bye-bye. Well, I have some work to do, so we shall most likely not meet again soon. I could set up a teleport portal to help you get out of here if you'd like. That would be handy. Very well, goodbye. Okay, give me a dire mace. Another potion of lore. I'm drinking these things, you'd think they're monster energy. Parrot, semi-parrot, or a raven. Laminator would go with a horse. Because at least you wouldn't have to be scared of it if it was smart. Okay. Croton's Skull Crusher, let's see. This mace is permanently blood-stained, a telltale trace of its many years spent bashing heads. The weapon would have been the bane of humanoids throughout its history. Those who wielded it seem to have been purposely left out of historic record. Extra cold damage against goblinoids, half-orcs, and orcs. Okay, interesting. Fighting those much, so that's not gonna be much. What would I pick? I mean, this is not real life. This is for an adventuring party, right? So I could pick something like a brown bear. That would be really badass. Very valuable companion. I wouldn't want one in real life, even if it was intelligent, just because of how impractical it would be. But if I were a part of a traveling adventuring party, something like a big bear. Failing that, something quick and nimble. Maybe some kind of corvid bird, maybe a monkey. Perhaps something like the humble rat. I think there are a lot of good options. Scary, really helpful. But I mean, I'm not thinking smart enough to like be the equivalent of a human or to talk or to perfectly understand you. I'm just thinking like, oh, that's a very clever version of whatever animal it is. Yeah, rats can get in anywhere. They're very clever. If you're in like a shitty medieval fantasy setting, pretty much it wouldn't stand out anywhere. Like, just about anywhere would be like, oh, that's just a rat. They're everywhere. There are tons of them. But no, I think for an adventuring party... You know what? Another really good option is just a dog. Just a very clever dog to serve as, like, companion, guard dog, maybe occasionally tracker. I'm gonna look this up because I'm getting frustrated. Gem we need is found inside of a chest in this dungeon. Okay, that's really vague and unspecific, but let's try it. Not here. Are there any other chests here? Well, that said, also see going with a Bengal white tiger or something? Yeah, that could be very cool. Very strong combatant. Did I already pick it up? Star of Kalimshan. God fucking damn it. I picked it up, I just didn't notice it was the gem. I've been wasting time. Oh. Alright. Laugh it up. Post your Sir Anderson blind emotes if you gotta. Honey Badger? Honey Badger's a fun meme. Not sure I'd want one as a pet though. Not even a unusually smart version of it. You know what, another thing I'd be tempted to is just a lion, just because how cool and majestic they are. Or a wolf. I mean, there's so many good... Alright, we're done here.
Eh? What can Tommy do for you?
Me? We can get out of here. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Still enough to be annoying. Bengal tiger is the largest land-based predator. That sounds about right. Wardstone here. In case I need to go back and just pick it up on the way. So, damn it, to put on. Guess it's time we head into Charwood proper. Does it say? Pete O'Deal. Looks like we're in Ireland now. Deal Ranch. Oi! Leave the farmer's cows alone. Marshy World, you'd go with a croc or alligator? That'd be cool too. Oh, these wolves actually have pelts. Previous ones didn't. Wolf up there. Fuck you.
I love this part! Ha!
You know what? Another one, now that I think of it. Another pet I would consider, now that I think of it, is the adorable gentle tank puppy, also known as a rhinoceros. I'm actually quite fond of rhinoceroses. Interesting.
Okay, dokie.
Have a look at that.
It's done.
Fit in a dungeon? That's okay. Wouldn't need to bring it with me into every dungeon. It would be a hell of a thing guarding the camp outside, along with a couple of hired guards. Oh, you want to steal our supplies and scare off our horses? Good luck. Here's 3 tons of armored anger. Smart enough to know to protect our possessions. What's your name? Me? I'm Farmer O'Deal, but you can just call me Pete, if you like. And who might you be? You may call me Thalandra Oakenhop. Well, I've been having some trouble around the farm as of late, Thalandra Oakenharp. You think you might be able to help me out? What kind of trouble? There's some direwolves in the hills there that have taken to preying on me herd. Pack's led by a big she-wolf I've taken to calling Silverback. I swear I'll pay 300 gold to have her head. She's already taken down 2 of my cattle, and left to her own devices, she'll clear the whole herd. Sure, that sounds like something I could do. That be true? Well, I won't hold my breath till I see her returning with old Silverback's head, but the help's appreciated. Until then, need anything else? Mind if I ask you a few more questions? I'm not really in the mood for questions. I've still got to protect my cattle from the wolves. Now, is there anything else, or are you going to bring me the head as you promised? Be back after I find the wolf. Grazers and fruit eaters? Yeah. Rhinos graze. And from what I understand, they're actually quite docile if they don't feel threatened. Like, if you provoke them, if they do feel threatened, they will fuck you up. But they're not, like, aggressive. They're not hippopotami. Or hippopotamuses. I actually don't know how to conjugate that. Let's go fuck up some wolves! Ah, my old friend Rubble. Containing random... That's like a chainmail?
I can't carry this much.
Alright, let's
Lose
have
some
a
of it.
look at this chainmail. Just randomly found in a pile of rubble. Chainmail +2. So many wolves and wargs and direwolves. You're on the D&D campaign where goblins, orcs, trolls, essentially the same fungal creature just in different stages of growth. What should they ride? Mounted. Well, since you're already kind of doing Warhammer Fantasy's orcs, I don't know about Age of Sigmar, but Fantasy Battles at least. Why not take a cue from there and say that the wolves, sorry, the goblins ride wolves, but wolves are not big or strong enough to carry the orcs, so the orcs ride boar. And fuck, what can carry a troll? I don't think the trolls ride anything. A particularly bright troll might be in like a chariot pulled by boars. But I don't think one would hold up if a troll straddled its back. Yeah, just a troll with a troll-size serrated spear in a chariot pulled by a pack of boars. You're welcome. Have fun with that. Remember to give it triple damage on the charge attack like it's a 3.5 lance. Arr, who enters my den? Someone who's here to kill you, Silverback. Well, might have been. You're the one who played the Cavalier. You should know. You have bested me. What do you want? And then, having done nothing the whole fight, Tommy steps in and just ganks it. An absolute lad. They got 5. Yeah. She had special class stuff. I like 3 full stacks of cure. I have 4 full stacks of Potion of Cure critical wounds. You know what we're gonna do with this one? We're just gonna shove it right down the tiger's gullet. Here you go, tiger. Can't even do that. Here you go, tiger. Have a drink on me. Glug, glug, glug. I hope I get a chance to sell all these wolf pelts.
Woohoo!
Alright, this is turning into more wolf pelts than I can carry. But I'm actually thinking if maybe I should just load up on all of them and then just port back and sell. Might be some sense to that. Will you not interact with this rubble? On the rubble base. Ooh, a corpse. Corpse have 3 or 7 shuriken plus 2. Plus 2 equipment is starting to be like the line. I did switch to a plus 2 chain shirt, I did. Gonna do it. I'm just gonna go over my weight allowance. All these pelts.
I can't carry this
And
much.
then I'm gonna stone
Lose some of
out.
it.
Sell them all. And watch me have egg on my face when each pelt is only gonna be worth like 5 gold or something. Maybe the merchant won't even take them. We get stoned.
Hail to ye!
My sister, you've returned. You've been more successful already than we have right to hope for. But hope we do. What word do you bring? Let's talk about the werewolves. I had success in finding one of the boys, actually. Truly, I had little doubt that you would do well. Oh, Port Last is lucky indeed to have you in its midst. I found Bran. Here's his ring. Praise be to Tyr. You've done very well indeed. We are all indebted to you for this. A life restored and a threat pushed aside. All the boys have now been accounted for. It is a relief to see that some measure of peace has been restored at last. Your heroism has served us well, sister. Take this reward and my thanks. So that was 150 gold. Nice. If only all this were over with. Sir Carathis remains at large, as does the Black Wolf himself. The task yet remains to track them both, sister. You will, of course, be rewarded once again when that is done, I assure you. Have you a need, then, my sister? I shall help you. however I am able. I've not yet found Carathis or the Black Wolf. I have no fear that you will do well in this endeavor. Time might not be on our side, but luck is, I know it. Tell me more about Carathis and this Black Wolf. Allow me to explain this to you in better detail, my sister. Carathis is the brave knight who sought to slay the Black Wolf, a fierce werewolf who was the bane of Port Last. Sir Carathis brought along several of the local young men to aid in his quest, but they were all defeated and afflicted with the werewolf's curse. Only Anda escaped this fate, fled home to spread its news. Fortunately, the curse that has afflicted the lads has finally been ended. There's still been no word of Sir Carathis or the Black Wolf, however. Where either might be found, I have little idea. If you find out anything at all, my sister, bring the news to me, and we will go forward from there. Alright. Let's deal. Much. 18 gold per pelt. I mean, that still means these pelts are gonna pay for my transport. Like the money I spend gating here and back, that's all gonna be paid for just in these pelts. So in that regard, I guess they were worth it. Just want to sell bullets, bolts, bolts. Move blindness, deafness. Around. It. Alright. Bags. Star of Kalimshan. That's a quest item, it seems. Sell this item. Cannot sell plot items. Fire opal is not a plot item according to this. It's just cannot sell this item. It's that's somewhat interesting. Really starting to get rich. Really valuable. It's a great sword. One. Sitting on over 50,000 gold. Thing I really want here. Resource of dexterity plus 2. A belt of guiding light? No, I need giant strength. He doesn't even have potions of lore, even though I'd like to top up with a few of those. That's a ring of power. Ugh. Expecting more. Resistance plus 1. Ring of resistance plus 2. Plus 2 to all saving throws. I can afford it. Let's get it. That still leaves me with over 50,000 gold. Resistance, yeah. Don't see myself giving that up anytime soon. Scarab of Protection, plus 1 to saving throws. Can we do better than that? Scarab of Protection plus 2. 20 I sold, that's a 40 I sold, still. So my saving throws are now completely bonkers. Plus 12 on reflex, which is my worst. This is very good. Very good. Let's go talk to the blacksmith and the weapon merchant, see if they have anything. That would be an upgrade, like maybe I'm lucky to have like a better cloak or something. Cloak of fortification +1. I feel like completely power gaming my saving throws works out better than my AC. Like, I also go for a strong AC, but I could definitely sacrifice saving throws to get a stronger AC, and I feel like the way I'm doing here, I feel like it's good. I feel like it's really working. Don't want Cloak of Protection +2? No. Don't need the... I mean, that would be, again, that would be +2 AC instead of +1 to all saving throws. It's like a trade-off. Ideally, you'd want both. Also, does not have potions of lore. I wouldn't mind like a greater Ring of Insight, which I feel like Ring of Scholars should be, but it gives the same bonus to lore. All it does is also give a little bit of light. That is utterly, utterly pointless. Is that 80? Sick. Buy it anyway. Cause... crafting materials. Right, blacksmith, it's up to you. Something good for me. Lots of strength. Striding, that's what I'm using, right? Yes, it is. Armors, nothing really interesting. Still no potions of lore. Am I really gonna have to go all the way up to Green Griffin? I think I am. I feel like I am. I'm gonna head up to Green Griffin, because he seems to be the best merchant in the area. I don't want to rest just for this milk run, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna heal up my tiger. Tommy. Self, and we head out. Tommy and I still have stone skin, and I really don't think anything's gonna jump me. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, and also in case of crashes, save. Not quick save, but quick save. I haven't even gotten to Charwood proper. I actually like that I'm going a place and then on the way there I would like trip over adventuring opportunities. That's really neat. I really like that. Way off level 12. Hello, guard. No, sir. Or no, none of the other adventures. Right. Let's talk to Mr.
Sorry,
Man.
but since the cop...
See what you're selling. Do 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 do. Sash shimmering. Greater Cloak of Protection versus Chaos. Oh, okay. That's a shame. Is that a one of many? That's a one of many. That's Silvermane's axe. Silvermane, heroine of the dwarves, had a jealous stepsister, Solarna, who she killed in battle. Solarna's spirit became trapped within the killing axe. From her vantage point within that blade, Solarna took her vengeance by provoking many subsequent wielders to kill their siblings. The curse was broken by the dwarf Scarlin upon the killing of his brother Njal. Freed from Solarna's influence, the weapon has since been able to give life as well as take it. Oh, single use of race dead. And it's keen. Keen is good. I want a keen rapier. It's plus 2 to attack and mighty plus 4. No. I'm not strong enough to really get full benefit from that. Good looking scythe. A halberd's supposed to look like, but sure. Sure. Oh, you have potions of lore. Give me a few. Like 4, because of 4. Sass me. Anything else here we want? Restoration, true seeing. A scroll of true seeing costs 2,400 gold. Just one scroll. Fuck that. Alright, I was kind of hoping for a Cloak of Fortification plus 2. But you know what? It's fine without it. So, we're gonna walk all the way back because I still want to teleport out to where I stoned from. Just gonna walk our way back to town. We're gonna remember to give, can't remember his name. Nathan? Whatever. The elf guy. We're gonna give him the gem, and I think that's all 3 gems, so he's gonna be happy. Oh wait, since we're here... Actually, since we are here... Why don't we go check out the werewolf den again? So the mines... did kind of progress the werewolf story, if you will. So, might just be find a new werewolf. Although I don't have stone skin anymore. I'm just gonna rest up. I know it takes a little while to get all the spells recast, but I feel like it's definitely worth it. Rather than getting torn apart by a werewolf. You... It's a lot of them. 1 to 6 plus 2 right now. Cast Dark Flame. Doesn't seem to get added there. Buff suite basically puts. Yeah. I mean, that would be a nice quality of life, but honestly, buffing takes like a minute. I'm not bothered. Yes, it's tedium, but it's like such a small quantity of mild tedium that, no big deal. Fancy dinner recipe ingredients, but you're too lazy to cook. Oh no! The age-old struggle rears its ugly head. What did you buy ingredients for? Chinese coming? Oh, yum.
Please, can't control.
I'm gonna save Scum here, because I want him to live. If he dies, I'm gonna reload. Can't get at him. Place your rice, garlic vegetables. Oh, orange glazed chicken, garlic vegetables and rice. That sounds nice. Sounds very nice.
You have come to put down the dread Sir Carathis, have you?
We shall be having prime pork chops, which I'll do a little seasoning of, a little magic. And then scalloped potatoes and green beans. Come to talk, nothing more. What do you want? Can you tell me what happened? And would you believe me when I told the truth? Don't mock me for a fool. You kill me or cure me. It's the only way you'll ever know. Nurik gave me these silver charms. I think I can help. Come to me with silver. Do you not remember that I was a werewolf hunter? That silver would be poison to you now. It was normal silver, perhaps, but this bears Nurik's holy blessing. Holy charmed silver, is it? It slays the wicked and cures the righteous. Then I shall use this charm. I know my heart. Yeah, we saved him. Right, whatever. Listen to how I read it. Yeah, I could figure out what you meant, because I was pretty sure the chicken weren't orange glaciered. There, that should be proof enough of my innocence. Take this journal I've penned and give it to Nurik. It tells the truth of what has happened. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my order and seek penance for taking on the shape of my enemy. Read my journal well and act upon it. Bye. Journal of Sir Carathis Ironheart. Alright. So I'm just gonna say it again. I've been saying it from time to time. Are you ready to read his journal and find out that the guy selling anti-werewolf stuff is actually the Black Wolf? To cast a spell on it. Read it. May the celestial armies rain fire upon mine enemy Alhelor. Alhelor the werewolf. Alhelor the alpha male. I have hunted him for years, and with a simple bite he has turned me into the very thing I hate. No doubt he hides beneath his merchant guise even now. As the lycanthropic blood coursed through me, I lashed out at the poor boys, and thereby spread this horror all the more. One, at least, escaped my maddened lunge. Ander, the smallest. I can only hope that he makes it back to town and tells his tale to Nurik. Surely the priest will send a hunting party after me. I can only hope they are capable of killing me before I spread the dreaded curse any further. May the gods have mercy on my soul. Not Alhilor. He was only the most obvious candidate. And the only reason I didn't mention him by name before was because I couldn't remember the exact name, but yes, Alhilor is exactly who I was talking about. Oh, Alhilor, I'm gonna stab you in your fucking face. I'm a level 11 cleric with a level 10 rogue, both of us buffed to the gills, and I have a dire tiger buffed with stone skin. I honestly don't think even an alpha werewolf stands a chance. Especially not because I'm not taking any chances, so as soon as shit goes down, the buffs start flying. Does this guy have stuff to sell? I don't think he did. Let's just check to be sure.
To see you again, friend.
I'll be on my way. I didn't think so. Speaking of food, I'm actually a little hungry. I'm really looking forward to dinner. We've had those pork chops for a couple of days sitting in the fridge. What are we having? Pork chops, scalloped potatoes, green beans. Oh, look, Alhilor's gone.
How do you do?
The last gem. Ah, the final gem. How glorious. As agreed, I have your 400 gold pieces and the item I promised you right here. Here, take the gem.
I can't carry this much.
I got an armor. I shall not deprive you of your reward, my friend. Here it is. Let me take the gem off your hands. Ah, good to return home. I cannot thank you enough for delivering the gems to me. Now I can at last take my daughter to Evermeet, as I promised. I cannot wait to show her Coralland's Grove. Farewell to you, friend. Perhaps we shall meet again someday. Alright, what did he give me? Ah, just what I always wanted. A 3/4, so that's a studded leather. Let's see what it do. Nope. You know what? Instead of drinking a potion, I'm gonna see if I can just have a merchant identify it, because that is cheaper.
Can I help you?
Scalloped potatoes. Zelaminator is the proper name for cream potatoes, what we in Danish would call blødkartofler. Yeah, I kept saying cream potatoes and it didn't feel right, so I looked it up. And apparently it's scalloped. In Danish called delicious. Hell yeah. I am a big fan of potatoes. You can serve potatoes in many ways, and many of them are extremely good. But I do think probably scalloped potatoes are my favorite. I think for my personal taste buds of what I've had, I think scalloped potatoes is the best. Alright, you are going to identify this for me. Armor of Loyalty. When he angered a rival enchanter, the wizard Makari came under repeated attack from his own charmed or dominated bodyguards. This was expensive as well as dangerous, so he set about trying to counter the threat in a way that would not mean constantly killing his own men. With an armor of this type, Makari considered his men above reproach. He was proven wrong when his own lieutenant murdered him in a dispute over back wages. +1 armor, immune to charm person, immune to dominate person. It's not as good as the armor I used to have. It's not... yeah, it's only worth 2,500. Still, that means he paid me 400 gold. I spent 100 of that to get 2,500. So in the end, from that quest, I received around 2,800 gold. Can't complain. That and Mashed are great too. Mashed are absolutely up there, probably top 5, but I think Scalloped runs away with the championship. Danes were an inspiration to Sam from The Hobbit. We are a very potato-y people, aren't we? I will say, another one of my favorite manifestations of potato and leek soup.
If you're looking for Alhelor, he went home to get some rest. Maybe I could answer a question for you.
Ander, Alhelor is really the Black Wolf. But what? That can't be right. Are you joking with me, Ander? I'm not joking, Ander. I wanted to warn you. Is that so? I don't doubt your word, though. Alhelor was always a bit odd somehow. I just never suspected. What a fool I've been. Thank you for telling me, madam. I'll definitely watch out for him. I haven't seen Alhelor since he went back to his home by the pond. If you hurry, you can catch him there and kill him once and for all. There's the bloodthirst. Good lad. Irish might have been. Irish, also a very potato-y people. Potatoes with various stews, also absolutely delicious. Old favorite joke of mine. It's a little insensitive, but what the hell. It goes, how many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman? The answer is none. Which is terrible and awful, but also kind of funny. Hello, Alhelor. Oh, you want to talk first? Or we can talk.
You have a keen nose to have tracked me here. I suppose I should welcome you to my den.
You're the Black Wolf. Why did you run that store? It was required to throw the trail away from me. A stranger come from out of town to offer assistance? What better disguise than this? Plus, it gave me the chance to develop a slow resistance to Wolfbane. Well, this deceit, Black Wolf, what was in it for you? We wolves are predators. It was simply time to hunt the hunter and pin my crimes upon my prey. I had played possum with Carathis long enough. All right, Black Wolf, prepare to die.
Town victory!
No! Ha! Please, no! Ha! Please!
Let's get some battle tide.
No! No!
And just for some extra damage, suck on a flame strike. Ooh. Hello's tooth. Identified belt. Belts are worn above this. I don't need belladonna anymore. I'm just gonna drink a potion of lore. Encircling Scales. Required item for all students of the Encircling Scales, a thieves' guild with many enemies. Belts such as this are practical, if not particularly fashionable. The popular tale among the rank has the vainglorious spouse of the guild leader falling to poison because she refused to wear one, although members of more sinister intent are inclined to blame her rich inheritance as the cause of her downfall. Gives you dark vision, makes you immune to poison, and lets you cast poison. Charges per use. Yeah, that's getting sold. Donna. Thing on the altar. Alright. To go talk to the priest, but I actually think I'm gonna talk to Ander on the way first, see how he's doing. I really love the music in here.
It's finally over. Nurik said that Alhalor is dead, but I know I'll still have trouble falling asleep at night. Did you want me for something?
What do you plan on doing now? I don't know. I'm a bit confused. Angry too. Can't believe Alhalor tricked us all like that. I thought he really wanted to help kill werewolves. Feels so stupid. Worse, now I got nothing to do. My friends are all dead. I can't help Alhalor run his shop anymore, obviously. Well, you must have made some money helping Alhalor. Just a little bit. I helped him mostly for the experience. Maybe you should open your own shop. Open my own shop? I suppose I could. Alhalor must still have some of his supplies somewhere. Yes. Yes, maybe I will. I'm gonna be the goody two-shoes here. And go, here, take 100 gold to help you get started. 100 gold? So generous of you, my lady. I can't thank you enough for your help. Bless you. Your actions have shifted your alignment 7 points towards good. I am 100% good. He suffered. He's been through a lot. He deserves a fresh start. Honestly, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros arranged in silicon, but I still feel good about doing that. Nurik! Good news!
Hail to ye!
Sister, word have come to us that you have found the knight, Socrates. Tell me, how did this meeting go? What have you learned? Learned the true identity of the Black Wolf, Nurik. It is Alhalor. Do you speak truly? Alhalor. But if that is the case, I almost cannot bring myself to say this, but he needs to be destroyed. The curse of the Black Wolf must be ended so it will never again spread to innocents. I wish I need not ask it of you, but would you seek out Alhalor and do what must be done? Please, sister, do this and bring me his tooth, so that I will know once and for all that the danger is over. Well, it just so happens he's dead and I have his tooth here. It's been a dark day for Port Last, but you have reminded us that the sun rises yet again. For the champion of Port Last, here is a token of our gratitude. Thank you for this. More than welcome. 750 gold and 750 experience. Nice. That was a good reward. Still like 7,000 experience out. Up. And we RPG totally want to donate because you get connections to goody two-shoe thing. Yeah, true. True. You guys have actually been doing that a lot. I think by now your party must have invested like 500 gold back into Eastwatch, just trying to make Eastwatch a better place, trying to improve the lives of the people there. Stuff like that sticks with people. Alright, pay him 150 gold. Oh, right, I was here. Now I remember. Oh shit, that was another wolf. He wants to be a god. Typical adventuring party. Typical D&D party. I feel like you could put together a pretty good meme based off that line.
Greetings.
So you've returned, milady. Have you got news? Have you the head of the she-wolf Silverback? Actually, I have Silverback's head right here. By the gods, woman, so you do. Bravo! I imagine that could not have been a simple task. Allow me to take the bloody thing off your hands. Now then, I assume the 300 gold we discussed will be sufficient, yeah? That'll do, Pete. That'll do. Thanks for the help, then. With the she-wolf gone, the rest of the pack should be easy enough to scatter. It's been appreciated. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to make a trip to Port Last to restock the herd. Thank you again, milady. Alright. So I'm thinking I should get back on the road and I should probably rest up before I proceed any farther. Actually, I'll rest up here by this friendly, calm farm. To full. I'm really curious, but I don't want spoilers, but I am curious, like, okay, so the level 6 was a dire tiger. I wonder what the level 7 is gonna be. But I'm just gonna go around looking forward to learning that. Then once I hit level 13, I will find out. 2 dire tigers in a raincoat. Perfect. Which way do we go? Let's go this way. But Charwood, as I remember, wasn't actually a forest. Charwood was a village. Village of Charwood. Now, who just leaves scrolls of neutralized poison laying around in their barrels? It's like they're waiting for a strapping young adventurer to come along and loot it. It's 10, that's one of the good ones. Chest. See, 2 chests, one of them trapped. Launching halfling.
Aye, it's done.
Tiger, please. Tiger. Oh, look, it's the person we're robbing. Ingo.
Hello.
Out for a jaunt, are you, missus? Could I ask you some questions? Suppose I can answer a few questions for you. Anything interesting about these pots? Oh, my father-in-law told me a few old tales from when he first cleared the land to settle here. Tell me one of the stories. See, where the field stops and the woods begin, my father-in-law said to never... Oh, now... Oh. Of all the stories, what possessed me to tell this one? Come now, telling it won't do any harm. Well, when you start a story, you better finish it, they say. The trees beyond that line, that's Charwood territory, and no place for the living. You can cut down 100 of those trees, but when you wake up the next morning, they'll all be standing again like they've never known the blade. Something about those woods don't take well to change. Word is there's a village of lost souls in there somewhere, and people who go there never leave. My father-in-law warned me to never go in there, and I've told my boy the same. You'd be wise to do likewise. Now, is there anything else? Ooh, spooky. Answer any other questions? Recent events. How long have you farmed here? Since I was a young man, I suppose. The farm came with the wife, bless her soul. Her parents homesteaded the place, but that's a story in itself. Story, is it? I'd love to hear it. That's the same story. Know of a job? Well, other than cheering up my boy Eric, I'm not sure what you could do. Seems that Odile lass has broken his heart, just like I said. He's locked himself in his room to think, he says. I'm getting a little tired of doing his chores in the meantime. There's something else you want to know. What are your thoughts on the Odile lass? Well, you see, Mary's always had my wife growing up. All Constance had is Eric. It's different is all. She could use a woman friend. Still more questions, is it? No. I'll go. Yes, and mind the cornstalks on the way out. I'm gonna go talk to his son. Say, hello, boy. Anything in here that needs looting? Plundering? Pillaging? Forceful extrication of value? Collection of currency?
Okay, dokie.
Don't break the door. I told you don't break the door, Jesus Christ. Hello, Eric.
Hi there.
An interesting situation. I've never had a woman break into my room before. So what do you propose to do about it? Nothing. I can't do anything right now. I'd like to ask you some questions. Suppose I have the time for a few questions. Try to make it quick, though. Who are you? I'm Eric, Inga's son. Now, that's as polite as I'm going to be until you tell me why you broke into my room. Well, your father told me you could use some... cheering up. Could have known Dad sent you. He's always worried about me. Whatever your reason for being here, you can turn around and leave, unless you have something important you want. I'm looking for work. You know of any? I could sure use a favor right now, and maybe you're a woman who can help. Interested in the details? Sure, tell me about it. My pa might have told that I'm feeling a little down lately. Well, he doesn't even know the half of it. Sure, I'm a little heartbroken, but it's that tease, Constance Odile. She knows me. You know she has me wrapped all around her little finger, so all she does is toy with me. Oh, I'm such a fool. She wanted to see Ma's brooch, so I bought it over for her. Now the witch won't give it back. Get my stupid heart. If I don't get that brooch back, Pa will have my hide instead. What's so important about the brooch? It's all me Pa has left to remind him of me Ma. All the things to show Constance. I ought to have stuck with wildflowers. So you think you could get the brooch? I'll reward whoever brings it to me as well as I can, I promise. Tell me about her. Her hair is the color of corn silk. Her laugh's like the waterfall. Now I'm trying to imagine a person whose laugh is like a waterfall. I don't know if you've ever actually experienced a waterfall, but the sound of a waterfall is just like a constant roar of splashing water. It's like... that's not a very pleasant laugh. Like, either he's very bad at similes, or she has a very obnoxious, very annoying laugh. Her eyes are as blue as the sky. Her heart, though, it's sprung like a bear trap. Thanks to a fool like me, she now has Mima's brooch. I'll reward whoever brings it back me. Swear, alright? Let's go kill a teenage girl. Or, you know, there might be another solution.
Okay, dokie.
Don't mind me, Eric. I'm just collecting donations.
It's done.
Ale. Naughty boy, you shouldn't have ale in your room. Go blind. I think that's how it goes. God damn it, I'm trying to be a hero. I'm trying to save Neverwinter. I'm running errands back and forth between two kids in love. Can't help but feel I'm a little underappreciated right now. I might be swinging a little bit below my weight class. Mary O'Deal.
I greet you.
Yes, what brings you here? Could I ask you some questions? Suppose I can answer a question for you, lass. Go right on ahead. I'm curious about some recent events. You're not here regarding Pete and the wolves, are you? How many of you live here? Oh, it's a small house, sure enough, but it's home. Pete built it before we married, and our darling Constance grew up in it, and with us still. Not wise enough to be a woman yet, but she'll get there. She means well enough. I was a young spitfire in my day too, you know. Something else you wanted to know. What can you tell me about the wolves? They moved in a few weeks ago and have been a terror ever since. My husband Pete, he's too busy fretting about the cattle to sleep. Cattle cost money. How bad are the finances? Pretty bad. For the most part, we're self-sufficient out here, but there are some things that can only be had in town. We still have enough of a herd to scrape by, but imagine if the wolves had taken them all. We'd be left with nothing. Is something else you want to know? No. I'm gonna go intimidate your daughter now. Ooh, a candelabra. Sure. You have a fire bullet laying around in a barrel. Guess that makes sense. Ah, Constance O'Deal. What is the deal with the O'Deals?
Well, hello there.
Did Ma let you in here? This is a bedroom, not a bar table, I'll have you know. Who are you? I'm Constance O'Deal, the prettiest girl for miles around. Also the only girl for miles around, but that's another story. What can I do for you? I'm investigating some recent events you might be aware of. I might. What events are you referring to? Have you ever been to Charwood? No, my pa won't let me. He says it's because they're strange. Though he won't say why. I think it's because he doesn't want me meeting a boy and running off with him. Do you know of anyone who might have been there? Maybe that cretin Eric's pa, Ingo. Before his wife passed away, he used to have a tinkering wagon that traveled from hamlet to hamlet around the area. If you want to speak to his pa, just take the North Fork and the North Road will take you right to their front door. You know, it's by the cornfields and such. Anything else? What do you mean about Eric? Eric and I had a relationship, but it's over now, and I have no interest in him. I tried to hint that we were over, then I tried telling him, but he thinks we're destined to be together. I had to do something drastic to get him to leave me alone. What did you do? I would rather not talk about it. It really doesn't matter now. It's Eric's problem, not mine. Is there anything else? I want to ask you something. Can I ask you some directions? No. Doesn't seem like I can ask her about the brooch. No, the game isn't letting me.
Well, hello there.
No, it just circles in the same conversation. I'll try talking to her mom again.
I greet you.
No. All right, a little stumpy, but I'm sure we will figure something out. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Hasn't been an issue, I don't think, with any other quest.
No can do.
I think it's just this one that's weirdly written or poorly written. I mean, just about every other quest so far you've been able to take the direct approach. Just walk up and ask people about stuff. I'm gonna go back and talk to Eric again. Benberry's away. Eric doesn't have anything new, then on the way out I'll try talking to the father.
Hi there.
Mentioned something about a job before. Oh, maybe it's because I never said, okay, I'll do it. I think that's it. I didn't technically accept the quest, so it hadn't opened up with the conversation option to pursue the quest. The quest accepted equals 1 flag was not set. I thought I could accept it, but I just missed it in the conversation. That's what happened. Now, Constance dear, don't make me break your fingers. I'm supposed to be good aligned.
Well, hello there.
I want to speak with you about Eric's brooch. He told you about that, huh? Well, I tried to get him to leave me alone, but he persisted. I told him there was never going to be a relationship between us, but he wouldn't listen. I was going to give it back to him if he promised to leave me alone, but now I need it. The gold I can get for selling it might help Pa replace the cows killed by the wolves. Be reasonable. Ingo treasures that brooch because it reminds him of his wife. That may be so, but it will also fetch a fine price in Port Last. Enough to buy a couple of head of cattle to replace those killed by the wolves of late. Alright, tell me a little about Eric. I know, he's a nice boy. That's why my ma always says, and I can't say I entirely disagree. But if he was a really nice boy, he'd spend more time helping out my pa and less time picking wildflowers, and that's all there is to it. He loves you, Constance. Don't betray that. Well, he's a fool to do so. All the love in the world won't buy a head of cattle. But I know you're right. Look, 400 gold buys us a couple of good Jersey milkers to replace what we've lost to the wolves. Give me that much and you can have the stupid brooch. Here, take the 250. The next fool Eric sends might not be so happy to negotiate. Bargaining with Eric would have been a lot simpler, I'll have you know. Fine then, 250. Give me a second, I have the brooch right here in my pocket. Here it is, and I hope that fool Eric has learned not to give his heart so freely. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Nope. So that cost me 250 gold. I don't think I'm going to get a monetary reward that's going to make that up to me. So I'm hoping that the amount of XP I'm awarded will make it seem worthwhile. I am looking for at least 200 XP or I'll be disappointed. I feel so good in my belly? No. Not really. Because I didn't do a good deed. I just got extorted by a snot.
Hi there.
I have the brooch. How did you even manage to convince her? Actually, never mind. I probably don't want to know. How about that reward? Yes, of course. The reward. Here you go. 500 gold pieces in exchange for Mima's old brooch. Thanks. It was a joy to help. Alright. I was wrong. I was actually more than compensated. He gave me 500, which means I'm up 250, and on top of that, I also got the 200 XP I was hoping for. So all in all, that was really good. Both these kids need their asses kicked. Yes. I think the lesson we come away with from this quest is fuck kids. I mean, don't fuck kids. Please don't. But fuck kids. But don't actually fuck them. That's not what I mean. But kids suck. That's what this quest has taught me. Kids can go to hell. Kids were much cooler when I was a kid.
Looks like your bait has borne fruit.
Oh, hello.
Quick.
Oh no, the bad guys are here. You know what, why don't I just dump a big, juicy flame strike right on top of you, Tommy? Shalavoom! Also, if you take anything away from the rambling I just did, it is do not actually fuck kids. Don't. I don't condone it. Letter to Neva. Our efforts with the Orc clans and Uthgard tribes continue, and we are close to a breakthrough. The resulting army, already strong, should be enough to bring about the new and holy empire. Not all is as smooth as we hoped, however. Some meddlers are proving to be of small but growing concern to our cause, interrupting our search for the artifact in Charwood, the Neverwinter Wood, and the Ogre Caves north of Port Last. I have already sent Solomon against these interlopers, but he has failed. If you should fail, I will have to take Vardok from his current tasks and set him upon them. In other words, do not fail. Malgrim Korothir. I'll keep that. Wonder what this could be. Ooh, identified. Let's see what we can do about that. If issues in this game can be solved, giving your companion fire assist gear. Yes. I mean, I'm not playing on hardcore, so there's no friendly fires on spells. You have to play on the hardest difficulty for spells to have friendly fire. So I just drop my payload on his position anytime I want. That sounds dirty. That sounds like a euphemism. That's not what I meant. What of the ghost? Isn't that literally what I already have? It's literally what I already have. Alright. Well, now I have an extra one, I guess, that I can sell. Yeah, normal difficulty has no friendly fire on spells. And honestly, if this were a turn-based game with maybe a little better control over my allies, I wouldn't mind having friendly fire, but as chaotic and frantic as it is, as uncontrollable as my allies are, as much as things shuffle about in combat, I'm happy enough to just play it on a more casual mode. Fire with 50-75% damage reduction would be good for that. Sure. I mean, he's a level 10 rogue. Even with full friendly fire, most of the time the damage he would be taking from a flame strike or a fireball spell would be 0. He would evade the shit out of that. 8 friendly fire because of those things you mentioned. Tough when everything's running around. Yeah, exactly. If this was a more calm, controlled, control level game, friendly fire would be fine, but I don't think it would work very well with the way this game works in practice. Don't recall if the Pathfinder games had friendly fire. Me neither. I don't recall either. Okay, look. I think it's about time for me to start cooking dinner. And we are right about to enter the Charwood proper. So I think this is going to be it for today.